This is the Ninja ES701 Luxe Café Pro. I went for it because I wanted something that could cover my morning espresso, my partner's drip, and the iced drinks I make in the afternoon, without crowding the counter. I was a little skeptical of the no guesswork message because espresso usually asks for some trial and error. From my experience, that skepticism was healthy, and I'm glad I stuck with it long enough to learn how it really wants to be used. The look is stainless steel forward, but the build is a mix of metal and plastic. It's not flimsy, but it's clearly an appliance, not a heavy cafe machine. It measures about 13.39 inches deep, 12.48 inches wide, and 14.84 inches tall, and the footprint is pretty compact given how much it does. The control layout is simple. A small screen, a few buttons, a dial for modes. The portafilter is 53 millimeters, which is a common consumer size, and the integrated tamper lives right up front. You pull a lever and it compacts the puck inside the machine, which keeps the counter tidy. The steam wand is insulated, so I can adjust angles without feeling heat. There's a dedicated hot water spout for tea or topping Americanos, which I use constantly. The XL milk jug is sized for 2 drinks and has a whisk attachment that locks into the bottom when you pick an auto froth program. The removable water tank is a roomy 67.6 liter full ounces, 2.0 liters, and the bean hopper is easy to detach when I want to switch beans or clean. Weight is around 27 pounds, so it feels anchored but still movable. Setup was straightforward. I ran the quick cleaning cycle, used the included strip to set water hardness, and primed the lines. Key features that sold me were the built-in conical burr grinder with 25 settings, the weight-based dosing, and the Barista Assist prompts that suggest grind size and claim to tune temp and pressure while pulling the shot. In my opinion, the integration is clever, and when it works, it's convenient. Where I had to adjust expectations was the no guesswork part. The assist recommendations gave me a starting point, but they weren't always accurate for my beans. A quick explainer for newcomers. Dialing in means finding the grind size and dose that gets you a balanced shot time and taste. Lighter roasts often need finer grinds and higher temperatures. Darker roasts can choke the puck if you go too fine. The ES701 tries to adapt by suggesting finer or coarser after each shot, but it's a basic feedback loop. From my experience, I got better results using the assist for the first shot, then trusting my timer and taste to tweak from there. Also, I had to reset the assist every time I switched beans to avoid confusing suggestions. Another thing that made a big difference, preheating. The machine uses a thermal coil rather than a big metal boiler, so the group head and portafilter aren't heat-soaked by default. I pull a couple of quick blank shots, no coffee, or run a 10-ounce brew on the drip side to warm everything up. Without that, my early shots tasted thin and under-extracted. Once I added that warm-up routine, the espresso tasted noticeably better and more consistent. Milk prep is split into 2 paths. The automatic path uses the XL jug and whisk with 5 presets: steamed milk, thin froth, thick froth, extra thick froth, and cold foam. Cold foam is excellent here, smooth, stable, and ready for iced drinks. For hot drinks, the auto program leans thick. It makes a dry cappuccino texture well, but it's denser than what I want for a silky latte. If you want finer microfoam for pouring art, there's a manual trick. Choose the thinnest froth option, then press and hold the steam button for a few seconds to switch into full manual steam so the whisk doesn't kick in. With a smaller, standard pitcher, without the whisk, I get far more workable microfoam. That simple step changed my latte results. Drip coffee surprised me in a good way. It brews quickly and tastes balanced and clear, more like a classic diner cup than a muddy mug. I use the rich setting for a bit more body. Rapid cold brew is closer to a smooth iced coffee concentrate than a traditional 12 to 24-hour cold brew. It's mellow and ready fast, which is great on busy days. But if you love the deeper sweetness of long immersion cold brew, this is a different style. The dedicated hot water spout is a small thing that I use daily for tea and Americanos. I did run into reliability hiccups. My original unit had inconsistent scale readings and overdosed a few times. Customer support was responsive and swapped it quickly, and my replacement has been stable. I've also learned to be careful with the long descaling cycle. One time, the machine kept sending liquid to the milk jug instead of alternating to the group head, which overflowed the pitcher. I paused, emptied, restarted, and then contacted support. Since then, I've been more watchful during maintenance, and I clean the steam path right after frothing to keep everything clear. Key features I think matter most to someone considering this. The 4-in-1 design actually saves space. The integrated grinder and scale make everyday use simple once you get a baseline dial in. The assisted tamper keeps pucks consistent. The insulated wand and hot water spout add daily comfort. And the auto froth system, especially for cold foam, is fast and reliable. The integrated tamper is the silent hero. It removes a common variable and keeps counters clean. The built-in scale is another win because time-based grinders can be all over the place. Weight dosing keeps shots in a reasonable zone. The drip coffee quality is better than I expected. Clean, quick, and consistent, so I don't need a separate brewer. The auto cold foam makes iced lattes and cold brew drinks fun and repeatable. The hot water spout makes Americanos taste better than mixing water through a coffee path. And the detachable hopper is handy when I switch from espresso to a coarser grind for drip or want to clean out stale beans. Not everything is perfect. Barista Assist is helpful for a start, but not the final word, so I treat it like training wheels. I warm up the machine before pulling a real shot. I prefer manual steaming with a different pitcher when I want latte art. And in my opinion, this is an appliance-grade build. It looks premium, but it's still a mix of metal and plastic. That's how you get all these features at the price, but it also means I plan to use the warranty if anything acts up. It's perfect for someone who wants range, espresso, drip, iced, and hot water from one place, with guidance that reduces the learning curve. I'd recommend this for a convenience-focused coffee fan moving up from pods or a basic drip maker who wants to explore espresso without adding multiple machines to the counter. If you're an espresso purist chasing ultra-precise temperature control and exclusively silky microfoam, you may find the workflow a bit managed, and you'll probably spend more time in manual mode anyway. In conclusion, the Ninja ES701 Luxe Café Pro Series is a flexible home coffee station that can adapt to different drink habits in a single footprint. It doesn't replace the craft of dialing in, and it benefits from a simple preheat routine. But once you learn its rhythm, it's easy to live with and fun to use. From my experience, the big wins are the integrated tamper and scale, the drip quality, and the auto froth for quick mornings and iced afternoons. In my opinion, if you value versatility and can accept a few quirks, and you're willing to lean on support if needed, this delivers a lot for the space and price. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the Ninja ES701 Luxe Café Pro Series.